Okay, so here we are with the PlayStation Pro. I've just opened this bad boy up, and it is the Pro model. You can see by the Pro there. Just fired it up. It did a system update from the internet, and if I do the TV info, you can see the resolution, which is 4K at 60 frames per second, with Ultra HD color, so that's the HDR color, giving it a much larger, broader range of available colors. I did test the HDR previously on my older PlayStation when the update came out, and I must admit I was always skeptical, but the difference was quite apparent in The Last of Us when I tried it. So I've just turned this thing on. I have not put a disc in as yet. In fact, I haven't even configured my account. So I'll put in the first disc, The Last of Us. Arguably the finest game I have ever played by a large degree. Really, it's a game that is so well written, the characters so well developed, and the gameplay so fine that it's hard to go back to many games after having played this. I've always been an Xbox 360 guy, but when The Last of Us came out on the PlayStation 3, and I did have a PlayStation 3 as my secondary console, but I used it rarely. After I played this game on the PlayStation 3, I realized the power of the developers that Sony actually has. They are by far and away better than many out there, and certainly a lot better than any that Microsoft own. Loved Gears of War and all that sort of stuff, but once you experience something like this, there's no going back. Anyway, I'll put this disc in. I'll just put down the iPad for a second that I'm recording on. So here we are, the first disc on the PS Pro. It is a little bit larger than the previous console, I must admit. It is very quiet, I can't hear anything. Okay, this just got sucked in. Let's see what happens. Oh, and a new controller. You can see the light in the front, that's new. A couple of other things as well. The buttons, you may not see here, the buttons and the joysticks are actually slightly grey now, like a dark grey compared to the black of the prior version. Alright, well there's the game, ready to start. Let's give it a shot. I've also got the PSVR that I have not yet unpacked, which I'll do in the next couple of days when I find the time. The TV here is a 4K Series 8 Samsung 2015 model, I believe, LED, local dimming. My previous 1080p plasma broke down and I had to get something, and this was the best set that I could get on the market at the time. I was kind of concerned with going to an LED after having a plasma, which was just absolutely fantastic. But my concerns were soon alleviated by the brilliance of this display. It is just, it's absolutely stunning. And now, finally, we've got a 4K console to take advantage of it. Okay, so the game is loading. This is the first piece of software my new PS Pro is running. So what came in the box while we wait for that? The typical stuff, HDMI cable, which I don't need, I've got one plugged in right there from the previous console. The charging USB cable for the controller. The crappy communications microphone and headpiece, which I never use. I've got a much better system than that. And that's it. Very bare bones. But really, once you've had a PlayStation previously, I imagine you've got all the equipment you need just to plug this bad boy in, and off you go. Loading, loading, loading. Nearly there. Here's the collection of PlayStation 4 games I've amassed. It really has been a great time playing on a PlayStation. Yes. Some PlayStation 3 games. More PlayStation 4 and more PlayStation 4. Now I have actually played a lot more than this, but I have gotten rid of the games that pretty much sucked all the enjoyment out of. I've traded some in, sold some off on Gumtree, swapped some over. I've pretty much played all the amazing games that are available, I'd say. Alright, the game is ready and loaded. Okay, once again, let's have a look at the television's information. What's the signal looking at? Okay, yes, 3840 by 2160. Alright. Just have a quick look at the options in this game. Although I must admit, has this thing downloaded a patch? Because I believe these games usually do require patches to be 4K optimized. Okay, so it hasn't, and that's probably because I'm not actually signed into PSN without having my account configured as yet. Let's see if we can do this manually. Gotta sign in for the update. Anyway, that was fun. I'll do another video later on, perhaps, once I actually properly configure this system. It comes with a 1 terabyte hard drive. I'm quickly going to swap that over to a 2 terabyte. I had a 2 terabyte in my previous PlayStation, and I just pulled that out, put the original one back in for when I traded that back into the EB Games for the Pro model. So I've got that 2 terabyte available. I will have to plonk it into this one, give me more space, and I might do a quick video after that once I've configured everything and restored all my data. Alright, bye bye.